Welcome to the module on developing reports. In this lesson, we will learn how to create various reports in Apex. In this video, you will learn how to create an interactive report, an interactive grid, and a classic report.
You were introduced to Interactive Report in the Apex Foundations course. What is an interactive report? An interactive report is a formatted result of a SQL query. Both the Create Application Wizard and the Create Page Wizard support the creation of interactive reports. You choose a table on which to build a report or provide a custom SQL statement or a PL SQL function, returning a SQL statement. Note that end users can customize the report layout and the data displayed by selecting options on the Actions menu. You can restrict the capabilities of interactive reports available to the end users, such as disabling download or support for hiding a column. Let's go ahead and create an interactive report. I have a sample application open for the purpose of this demo. We already reviewed creating an interactive report in the previous video. So to recap, let's click on Create Page, select Interactive Report, enter the details such as the page name and enable the Include Form page if you'd like to enable editing. For the data source, I am going to select the local database table. Choose the preferred navigation and click on Next. Select a primary key column. I accept the default and click on Create Page. Let's save and run the page. When viewing an interactive report, end users can customize how and what data is displayed. By default, the interactive report includes a search bar, an Actions menu, column heading menus, and edit icons in the first column of each row. Using the options on the Actions menu, users can alter the report by hiding or exposing the columns, applying filters, sorting, aggregating, adding computations, adding control breaks, and highlighting certain records. You can also add charts, group by, and a pivot. Once customized, the end users can save the report as either a private report or a public report. What is an interactive grid? An interactive grid presents users a set of data in a searchable, customizable report. Functionally, an interactive grid includes most of the customization capabilities available in the interactive reports, plus the ability to rearrange the report interactively using the mouse and keyboard. Both the Create Application Wizard and the Create Page Wizard support the creation of interactive grids. Now let's go ahead and create an interactive grid. I have the application homepage open in my workspace. I'm going to use the Create Page Wizard to create an interactive grid. Enter the interactive grid details such as name. You can choose to include a form page, or since interactive grid allows users to edit on the fly, this will not be necessary. Select a data source. Here I select a local database table and you have an option to enable editing enable. Enabling this option will allow the users to edit the data in the database table from the interactive grid. But if you enable editing on a view that is not updatable, then the interactive grid generated will fail when users try and update the records. Select a navigation preference and click on Next. Select a primary key column. I'll accept the default column and click on Create Page. Let's save and run the page. You can see that the interactive grid is displayed. Note that interactive reports generate all the HTML markup on the server as part of the Apex page. The data returned from the SQL query is rendered along with all the other markup that makes up the UI, the toolbar, the dialogues, and everything. The client-side behaviors are implemented in a single monolithic JavaScript module. In contrast, Interactive Grid does all the HTML rendering on the client. The server provides the data in JSON format. Now, the unique feature of Interactive Grid is that the user can lock or freeze the rows. The users can lock, hide, freeze, filter, highlight, sort individual columns, create control breaks on specific columns using the Actions menu. Users can also directly customize the appearance of an interactive grid. The users can use the mouse and drag and drop the column at the desired place. Once customized, the report can be saved either as a private report or a public report. You can even add a new row which adds a new record into the database table. You can edit the values in the grid directly. And finally click on Save to save the changes. Finally, let's talk about classic reports. A classic report is the formatted result of a SQL query. Developers choose a table on which to build a report or provide a custom SQL statement or a PL/SQL function returning a SQL select statement. With the exception of sorting and simple filtering, end users cannot customize a classic report. Now let's go ahead and create a classic report in the Apex workspace. I have the sample application open in my Apex workspace. From the application homepage, click on Create Page and select Classic Report. Enter a name for the classic report. You can choose to include a form page along with it and select the data source. Choose the navigation preference and click on Create Page. Let's save and run the page and see how it looks. Here you can see that the classic report is displayed and it has no option to search or filter. You can only sort this column by clicking on the column heading. Since we did not include the form page, there is no option to edit the record as well.
To summarize, in this lesson, you learned how to create an interactive report, an interactive grid, and a classic report. I hope you learned something useful. Thank you for watching.